Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope everyone is fine, having great, positive, productive days, right? Okay, so this video is for property owners, whichever they are, houses, apartments, land, okay? Property owners, to check everything related to their property. So I'm going to list a few items, and then if it's a house or apartment or a commercial site or commercial plaza or a land, then you're gonna see which ones apply to you. Okay? All right. So the main thing is for you to ask or make yourself a report. So if you have a company that is renting out for you, so you're gonna ask them to do all the following items. If you do yourself, if you rent yourself, you're gonna do yourself to make sure we are really organized for these last few years, because our property, we are responsible for it, so we have to be up to date, be in one way or another. All right, so the items are, since January 2017, have all the items listed up to date. Everything that's possible, okay? Even for times that were rented out and for times that were not rented out, everything really listed, the best as possible. Okay, so let's start the basics. So we have here, number 1, water. Number 2, electricity. And for water and electricity, for the months that were empty, the property were not being used, not rented out, if the payment to the city, to those companies, were the basic or was different values, because we have to check the companies as well, right? The city being the government or a private provider for all those items. And then number 3, internet, right? Internet service or cable, whatever you have. Number 4, taxes. Are they up to date or not? How are the fees? Check online. The government are asking for a proper value or asking for too much. So you have to check those things. Just don't let them charge. You have to check. Is that appropriate? How much % they charge? Is that an honest value according to the law of that state, of that country? Okay. And then landscape company. They were hired or not? How the gardens look? Ask for pictures from the person that is in charge of the area, and also from the landscape company that you were paying. You're paying for the service. You deserve some pictures, okay? And if you have someone that's in charge of that property, ask for everything to be sent in one email. That's very important. All items listed and pictures to prove different things, right? In one email, even receipts and everything, every detail in one email. All right, so then we have the pool expenses or anything else that you might have, spa or what you have there in your property. Number 7, the property manager. Okay, how much they charge? Some people charge 10%, some more, some less. Is that what you really agreed on? Make your calculations. Make sure they're charging properly and that they're doing their service properly. Okay? So, number 8, how much is the percentage they ask to administer? And if it's a monthly based, right, or quarterly, you have to put the numbers. And also, if you have one person from that building, the manager of that building, and another person from the real estate company, how much those two people charge, because they're different. One is for each property, and the other one is for the real estate that's managing your property in different locations, right? I don't know, you might have one real estate for a few different properties, or you might have one or two or even more different real estate in maybe different countries or different cities. You have those properties, so it's two different things. Okay, number 9, the values that were applied when occupied and disoccupied. So that's important as well. Number 10. So for occupied and disoccupied, for water, for electricity, for internet service, they need to have a constant value every month if they were disoccupied for a few months. But if it was like a rental home or everything, check. Go there and check. Make sure they were also doing their work, what they were supposed to do according to the contract you made with them, or a verbal contract, or whichever you have. Make sure you have all those items properly listed. Okay, so number 11, how much the real estate company charged for reserve money, and to be used when the property was disoccupied, for example. Because there's quite, I don't know the word you use in English, but there sometimes, this might happen. So how much they charge? They use that money, to pay any bill during the time the place was disoccupied or not, or they just kept charging afterwards and forgot they already charge ahead every month a little bit. How much was that? How much? 5%, 10%, how much they charge for that separate account, right? For separate balance, let's say, to be used when needed. Go there, make sure all those values are placed in proper location. Number 12, ask report to have a line for each item and the price, the value up front on the left side. Okay? So all the values, because then they're going to be in a good column, because prices don't differ so much, but the explanation of that value might be one word or two or a whole long sentence. Okay, so that's how you're going to ask them, please, to do this way. So everyone will be doing in a better, proper way. And as I said, because the explanation might be very short or very, very long. You're also going to ask them to have one line in plain white and the following line in very clear gray. Okay, not colorful because we're saving ink. Just gray will be fine. And then again, white, a line with white and a line with gray, a line with white and a line with gray. Why is that? So you can follow all the item until the end. It'll be easier to follow. Okay? It's not something you did before, but you can ask them. They might do it in a few minutes, because some people have great knowledge of how to make these tables, right, online, and they can easily do in a very few minutes. All right, and hopefully they are great people, and they're going to spend a few minutes doing that, and you're going to have your proper reports done and complete. 13, how many extra charges were asked? or by the property manager, or by your real estate company, if any or not, what they were about, and if they were allowed by law of your state, of your country. Why is that? Because some property managers, they might charge an extra thing here and the extra thing there that's not part of the monthly payment for all the residents the same. And what is that? Ask the neighbors. Oh, were you charged for this and that? Ask some of the neighbors. Or just me, because they might happen. We don't know. We have to check if the property manager asked for an extra charge, an extra fee, and maybe that was not sent to everyone, was just sent for a few. Is that honest or not? It was related to your own garden, for example, or not? Or it's always the agreement is to be charged for everyone the same and be divided by the proper amount to everyone exactly the same. Or depends on the property. If some were houses, some were like small apartments, how they're gonna pay, for example, for gardens, landscape work. So check those items, and for anything extra, you're gonna ask the neighbors if they also received that bill. Okay, check to make sure. Number 14, how much came in from Clubhouse rentals or party rooms, like party meeting rooms or conference rooms, or whichever you have on that property. Okay, because that's important. They charge only the cleaning fee, or they charge extra to minimize the price of monthly fee. Where that money went to, how many times they rent that clubhouse or conference room or whichever you have, depending if it's a residential community or a business plaza, for example, right? How many times they rent it out, how much was charged, how much was used to minimize the price or whatever is the agreement, and how much was used, okay, really for cleaning. Or if the property owner is keeping money from that's not authorized, or how that works. Or it's a percentage. The property manager can rent out how many times, because there might be an agreement too, right? How many times they did rent it out, and to motivate the property owner to rent it more often, right? And also to the real estate company, if it's a vacation rental, for example, did you offer percentage on the rentals so the real estate would work more hours trying to rent more often or not? All these details, okay? Any extra charge, for example, if you have a garage across the street or the same building, the real estate company ask for an extra fee or not, or anything extra you offer there according to your property, okay? Ask to list that. And which times, it was a vacation home, for example, which times they rent with the garage or this other extra item or not, or anything else that you offer there. Number 16. Ask for the rules and guidelines that are current, okay, for you to have a look, because we are doing this also for us to learn, for property owners to learn and check and how things were done, but also we are checking people that were working for property owners, if they work properly or not, so they will have the reference on the Peace app of the past practices for the Peace app, okay? So all these details are important. So the number 16, you're gonna ask for the rules and guidelines, your agreement with the real estate. That's one thing. And the number 17, rules and guidelines with the property property manager. So it's two different things. 16 if with rules and guidance of the real estate, and the 17 is rules and guidance with the property owners. And if those were done by law, and since when, the last version they made. Okay, so you're gonna ask for date of the last version of the document made. Because some property owners, the time pass, they don't check, don't look, they have no idea, and then when they're gonna see, they might have a surprise. That's not so good, or maybe it's a great surprise, who knows, right? If the people were working honestly, that's fine. Okay, so you have to check all these items, and you don't have to print those rules and guidelines. Keep that email. That's the only email you're gonna ask for separate, because no, let's do that. Ask for the same email, everything to be sent by the same email. The real estate company needs to ask the property manager of that building, of that plaza, whichever, to ask their rules and guidelines as well, because you have everything in one email, so we focus on things. So you need something from a property, you have everything right there, without being checking here, checking there, compare here, compare there, so you have everything in one. Okay, save that email. That's one of the emails you really have to save. Because if you are giving the property to someone, or if you are selling, it's important to have all this paperwork, even taxes and everything, to make sure you sell or give a property up to date in all items needed. Okay, so now number 18, you're gonna ask for the last few weeks or last few days, or any balance you have, to be paid on PayPal, because you're gonna need that anyways. All right, so with that balance paid on PayPal from any country, anywhere, what they need, they just download PayPal on the real estate company computer, or the company's cell phone, because many companies have cell phone. All right, so they have to download PayPal and send you the last money on that, because all these things, if we need, we're gonna check to make sure they were honest, in case we need, we have right there the last balance. Because soon we are going to have the organization launching day, but until that day, we have to have all these property owners with their property up to date, really organized, and with all this documentation. Okay, so when you give or sell the property to someone, you have there a list of everything. Make sure the taxes, everything is up to date. Okay, so we're all organized, and the owner is going to be happy to have that information. Make sure they don't have a few years of taxes to be paid, for example. Okay, so all these details are very important. Okay, number 19, you have to make your own report. Check everything, and what you have to say about the real estate company, and also about the property owner. Okay, so in a few sentences, I check all the items. That's what you're gonna send. You're gonna put on a piece app afterwards when we ask. Just have it ready for now. Just save that email for now. Okay, so you can save how? Writing to them, because that's a good way. Email sent. And write to the real estate company. Say, look, I'm really pleased with everything I saw. I really appreciate your effort. I know you spent a few minutes or even hours doing everything I asked, but I really appreciate. Thanks so much. Or you're going to say something else. Look, this is not clear yet. That's not clear yet. Please send me another report. Okay, you have to be honest. If you're paying that person, or if you exchange by services, you have the right to ask. Okay, so whichever agreement you have that person that we're looking for your property, or if you didn't have anyone, you have to do yourself all this homework. Get it done. Okay, get it done. And send the email. Send your email to your spouse, right? During the time we have 2 emails, so you're going to have it safe. Because this email is important. A report from the real estate. Sorry, I was cut there. So you need a report from the real estate company and a report, your own words, to the property owners. You're gonna send them an email and keep it. If you're doing yourself, you send your spouse, so you have it safe. Email sent. Okay? And if you were not paying any real estate or any property owner, you were doing yourself, you're gonna make all these items in one email, save nicely, and send it to your spouse or to a friend. If you don't have a spouse yet, send to someone, son or daughter, right? To someone else, because then you have saved and proved that you really sent that email. The report was done, was complete, okay? Make sure you have all the details. If you're paying someone, you have all the details. And if you're not paying someone, you have to do it yourself. All details, really organized, because it's important for us to be checking those things, okay? And you might have just in a few minutes look everything, everything is good, is right, and you have no question. But maybe you have many questions, then you have to ask them for another one. Okay? All right, we're almost there. Number 20. So make a plan for every property you have, what you're going to do with it. You're going to give to someone or you're going to sell to someone, because until the organization launching day, we can sell, right? Because you're going to keep maybe even a few more weeks after that, maybe 2 or 4 weeks after that, because people need house to live, right? And we have to get many other business going fast, like all the fast food cannot be fast food anymore, so they're gonna become restaurants or adult education centers, right? All of that. So these things are very important. You have to make a plan for each one, make a list of the properties you have. Okay, done. And then what you're gonna do with each one of them, where you're gonna live, right? Because you're gonna choose one for you. We are not going to have vacation homes. So we already talked about that. Vacation homes are not sustainable. We have millions of people in our plan that need a house, right? Millions of families that need a house, right? Okay. So it's not sustained. People go here, another country, go to another country, other state, and sleep here, go over there, 1 week here, 1 week there. That's not sustained. People are going to use hotels during their vacation. If they're retired, right, they can go more often, but everything properly organized, with tickets to go, tickets to come back, and they're going to stay at the same house. So people have to choose where they want to live now, because no one going to move for 10 years. No one going to move. For us to make sure we know exactly how many people on the planet, where people are, what they are doing, how they are doing, their peace app points, because to travel they need wonderful peace app points, great practice at home, at their educational center, everywhere. All right? Okay. So even to go to restaurants and everything, they need good points to deserve it, right? Because you're not going to have money. You're not using money in the future because it's a nonsense. We already discovered that we can do better. We can use points. So people are going to work with something they really love and not because of money. And we're going to stop charging people too much for things that are not needed, for any service, because we can gonna do everything with points. Okay? All right. So choose your house, and then you make a plan for every other property you have. And also make a plan. If you're going to give, you're very rich, you can give to who you're going to give to, or if you're going to sell some and give others, what you're going to do. But be ready and soon. Why is that? Because we are not giving too much time, because people, even for commercial sites, let's say commercial sites, we need to get them remodeled. So I think for now, 4 weeks is plenty. Everything after the organization launching day, I think maximum 4 weeks they can be sold. After that, they're gonna only be given. So people can make their decisions quick, get it organized, right? And get it done. So we can help people in need. So I think that's sustainable, up to 4 weeks. Okay, I might change my mind, but then I will let you know. But from the organization launching day, we're gonna have only 4 weeks to sell it. So if you wanna sell quick. And if you wanna give it quick. Get it organized, get it done, So you're more up to date to do the organization things. Be ready to join the teams you really love. Be ready to join being a department director, learn about organization, study again. So you're done with properties, right? Giving or selling, get it ready and get it organized. So we're gonna also set up, you're gonna set up also your own property. Oh, what we need trees. We're gonna focus on things that we really need to be sustainable, right? Teachers gonna build the schools, and how we're gonna do that, how we need, and gardens and fruit trees, which type of trees we need to have fruits all year round, and things like that. So we're gonna focus on other things. Oh, let's take the lawn, the grass out. Let's plant ground covers. Oh, ground covers for food the best as possible. All these details gonna take a lot of time. So hurry up, so you can be what you really want in life. You can be what you really love. You're gonna be a department director or a department assistant in the area you really love, you really enjoy. All right? Okay. Thank you so much. I think we're doing really great. And get all these emails sent, organized, save a copy, and we go from there. Okay, so when we're gonna have our Peace app for last practice, you're gonna get 100 points. How is that? The maximum points, being wonderful, excellent for everything about properties. So let's focus on the next few days, get this done, organized, okay? Be ready for new things. Talk to you soon. Have a wonderful and very productive day. Take care. Okay, the other thing is that you're going to see who you want to give to, right? I said that. And what points, good practices, points that person or that family do have. All right. So you're going to give priority to those that were really working, doing great, awesome things, right? Such as what? We're not drinking alcohol, not smoking, not using drugs, on shape, not obese, not overweight. We're treating well, their own family, if things that you can see. And what else? That we're studying, we're not home doing nothing, or were volunteering if they had free time, young or elders, if they volunteer something. So you're gonna see what good qualities. That's a good way for you to decide. And then you put the news. Yes, send the news to that same real estate company, or put an ad somewhere online, right? Because you're sustainable, not in newspaper but online. So you're gonna say a few words and an email that they can reply to you, or you can also make a Google survey. That's another idea. And then you're gonna put the due date. You give people, whichever, 10 days or 20 days, and the due date for the last applicant. And then you're gonna decide, you and your spouse gonna decide, right, who is the best, because some might have many points on this and less points in one thing, but the other person's the other way around. So you're gonna make a decision that way. And for all the Google survey, you can put from 1 to 5. Did you use alcohol, or never? Yes, often. And the other one, never. You can do a Google survey, very simple, 1 to 5. I think that's easy, right? Okay, so that's a great way for you And then you can also say, after that, we're going to have an interview with the best applicants. You don't have to say how many, and you're going to feel how many, 1, 2, 3, or 4 families. You're going to have an interview with them. That's another great way to choose the best one for that property you like so much. Who's going to be there, right? It's a very special gift. Okay, so that's a good way you can do. And then you can, if it's in the same city, you can meet in person. If it's not, let's be sustainable, not traveling to another country for an interview. Set up online, an interview on WhatsApp, and meet that person. WhatsApp. We're using WhatsApp for everything we're doing. We're not using FaceTime, anything else we're not using, because there's so many out there. Let's focus on WhatsApp, because that's what everyone needs to have anyways. WhatsApp and PayPal. Let's focus on those two things. WhatsApp for all the information, right? In your case, you're going to send some emails. I'm going to give you the email, the way we're going to make our own emails for now. And for payment, every payment from now on, we are not using any other type or bank transactions, paying fees. No, let's do everything on PayPal, okay? Because we're going to need that anyways. That's the one we are choosing. They're honest and up to time. They are on time. It's really almost instant. The payment, for every regular payment, there's no charge, and they're honest. Okay? All right. So make sure you also visualize this family being so happy with that property you're giving to them, that you care for it for so long, or that you value for so long, or that was hard to achieve it, it was a lot of work to achieve it, or wherever it is, because we cannot live everywhere, right? We cannot live everywhere. Everyone's going to choose one special place to be, okay? And for people that are authorized, like the headquarters, to travel during the 28 weeks, they're going to go to their house after. But for everyone else, mostly everyone, they're already going to be at their homes. Okay? Thank you so much for joining us, and I wish you great, wonderful moments, planning with your family or with your spouse, doing this Google survey together, and because you can enjoy things like that, have fun family time, or fun spouse time doing those things, and also the interview, of course. Okay? All right. Have a very blessed day. Take care. Talk to you soon. Another thing that you want to think about, it's the people in your state that need the most, or if you are located in a tropical, subtropical country, if you can receive families from other countries, refugees, from slums, nomads, gypsies, indigenous people, families without clean water, without water at all, because those countries, right, we need lots of housing for them, and also places that they can have their business, right? So you're gonna search well, because you can give to those families as well. And then on that case, you're just gonna offer the organization, send the organization email as soon as our website's ready, and start already organizing this property or properties you have, because we have business owners that have many apartments or houses in residential communities, and they owe everything, right? If they own, they can give. So already organize everything you can to be up to date to receive those families. And as soon as our website is ready, you can go there and say, look, I have one house or 100 homes or 2, 3 or entire community, and it's all for you to use for the best families that are in need. Okay, then the organization gonna get the volunteers and search up and receive different families from different countries, different races, different ethnicity, so we can have a good blend of everyone if it's a big community, for example. Okay, and so for land as well, oh, here I have a very big land, can be a new land, right? And it's a gift, and already put the deed in the name of the organization, and as soon as we launch the organization, we're going to have our website, and then we can start seeing who can live there, volunteers. But you can already start to organize the best you can. If you already have an idea, about our emails for building, you can start building the most sustainable way as possible. You can start that, it's up to you. And get people to volunteer, engineers, builders, and start. Because the basic, we already post online all the basics, what we need. We need water, we need to build with bricks and not drywall, and for there on, solar panels, electricity for solar panels, and please go ahead and get it done. Invite your friends, everybody your family, friends, neighbors, and co-workers, right? And everyone can help something, search up or find, if you don't know an engineer, builders, or volunteers as workers, get the people to search and look up for others. Okay, and then you can already see how many apartments you have. If you have empty land across the street or beside your property, already talk to that owner, combine, see if you're gonna make a small community with a area for gardens, and at their neighbors community gonna have agroforestry with many fruit trees and gardens as well, and things like that. So start planning, organizing, and get moving. If you have employers, if you have a company, lay them out for a week. If those that can help can volunteer and really work. I work in construction before, so people can help in different ways, right? Online, in person, getting donation, contacting others, and because we have many different plants, engineering plants, right? Plumbing, electricity, from all the basics until the end. So there are many different ones. So already get set up, organize, make phone calls, get reference from everyone even the ones that you already know, because sometimes we think we know people, but we don't know their work. So get reference. Okay, what did you do? All right, I need 4 recent references from your past work, right? For everything, authorization. And then you're gonna get, for example, if you have a neighbor that also owns a big property, an empty property, already talk to him, do everything together, have meetings together. And that person gonna do the same exact thing. Always have your spouses with you, your family with you, get them engaged, and organized, and references, and also local and national background check according to what your country already offer, because we have 2 different ways of background check, right? We have the one that's really a past background check, and one that's for future practices. So do really the best you can. And for the background, because as we know, we have 2 types, right? But when you ask, if the country has real past or not, for criminal records, but also for the future, from that day on, checking the people practices. Okay? All right, so you have reference, you have local and background check, you have everything you can. Start building as soon as possible, because we're going to need. When we launch organization, we have 28 weeks, right? To work, and from those 28 weeks, I think we're gonna have 2 or 4 vacation weeks, because we have the conferences, 2 weeks for the conference. You also have 2 weeks for the family cleanup, because some families didn't have time or didn't know about the cleaning time yet, and planting, right? We're gonna have that week for those 2 things, cleaning and planting. So, but there are many weeks, so I believe we're gonna have 4 total weeks off for families to rest and be with their children as well, and have some fun activities. But like in July, the best as possible, we are not going to have 4 weeks of vacation. We're gonna have 1 or 2. We're gonna let you know afterwards, because July, it's vacation for both hemispheres, right? Everyone. So some people have the long vacation, right, from the north hemisphere, but some people have the short vacation in the south hemisphere, only those 4 weeks. But once we're all gonna be having fun, volunteering, right? So we might just work as well for some of those weeks. Okay, my friends, I really appreciate. I think we're doing really great. And also, you can also do a Google survey for everyone you know, because then you're going to share that survey link with family, friends, neighbors, co-workers, and they can share with some few others. You can share by email and social media in general, right? And also give a due date. Please reply to this, so if someone gets it afterwards, then they already know that that's past due. For everything, look, we are looking for real great engineers with great references. We're looking for builders. We're looking for hands-on volunteers. We are looking for online team at home or at a specific library or somewhere. If they don't have a phone, they can go to these other places. Okay? All right, I'm very enthusiastic. I think we're doing really great. So please invite everyone you know and do great. And invite other property owners, not just for your neighbors, but everyone that you know. You can invite them. Hey, look, we're doing this program. Look, we already have some videos here on YouTube, and share videos. Please share. If you are listening to this video right now and you work as a real estate owner or in a real estate company, and you can already start sharing. Okay? Yeah, just say hi sometimes to your clients. That's fine, right? Send a link. Say, look, here's a great opportunity to renew life. Have you heard about the Clean Water and Peace Organization? And this way you can send them information, captivate them to join our great program, right? For a better humanity. All right, my friends, have a wonderful day. And let's have hands-on activity, get our families and do things together, and will be a gift to do this work together, united, right? Okay, take care, have a blessed day. The other thing is that as soon as you start having preparing for this work, have a records book, because you're going to start with your own spouse, your family, right? Since the beginning, preparing this Google survey, for example, talking about, make a few sentences about every day on those items, okay? And this way you're gonna have a proper records from the beginning to the end of the construction. All right, so when you have the construction set up for with already other people working on it, have the book at the construction site as soon as we start having meetings there or delivering things, and everyone gonna do their simple report, 1 or 2 sentences, or 2 or 4 sentences about the real basics, right? Everyone. So I have people that are already interested to be department directors for that construction. So they will be doing their report already, as according to their title, that what they're doing there. So security guard gonna be already. Oh, today we have the delivery of this, this, and that. The clean water and peace department director gonna already said, look, we installed the water, or we are preparing to install, and then said we already installed, and then they're gonna say we already have the first basic faucets and outside sink. So everyone gonna be making their reports, one after another, and they write their name, no scribbles for signature, they write their name and date, and do a little initial, because the initial is not really valuable, but it's important for us to have a little something. So they write their names because their writing is more important and easier for us to check it out. Okay? And then the date. So they're gonna write, of course, with their own, by themselves, right? What they can also do, because there will be couples, right? The best as possible. Already do everything the best as possible. So you will write, for example, the husband gonna write 1 sentence or so, the wife too, and they're gonna write both of their names on at the end of their description for that day. Okay, and this way you're gonna have records, and people gonna try the best they can. They always stop a few minutes before, right? The end of the work day, that's before noon and before 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. So they will write their reports on time and have time for the others. And also people can write as soon as happen, like an hour before, So, for example, the water was already installed, nothing else gonna do about the water on that day. The person can go and already write it down. Or no more deliveries will be made on that day. So the person goes, the department direct security already goes and write. Or the one for patrimony. For each thing, you're gonna see, because a few details we don't have listed yet at our videos. So you're gonna just do the best you can for this time, because can be also the patrimony, things that are arriving. But once they were not already installed, so I think the best would be the security will be in charge of deliveries. Okay? All right. So that will be really great. So thank you so much. Let's work together, get lots of constructions ready, and then when you're gonna put your information at our website, you can already say the deed is already on the Clean Water and Peace Organization and was done on this day, and we are building apartments for that amount of families. You're gonna already have the basic report, and then afterwards you're gonna send details. But on this first information that you're gonna place online, just the basics for us to already know how many apartments are available. If they are already made, you can remodel, and you still have time to remodel them all, put solar panels and everything. And if they're new, you're gonna give an estimate for the end of the construction, and if you need more people to work so you can make faster, or if you're doing really great with your team, a few details like that we're going to have at our website. Okay, a few different questions with the basics. All right, because that can be as well if you need more people, to complete in less time, right, to have the construction done. We can also get more volunteers from that area and complete it in a shorter time. All right, my friends, I'm really happy. Thank you so much. All right, let's gather with everyone, family, friends, neighbors, co-workers, and let's start to build or to remodel properties we already have. Thank you. Have a blessed day.